you know, it's looking pretty good. This is my first drawing of today, so I'll probably be erasing a little bit. You know, maybe I shouldn't have done this tutorial with the first drawing of the day, but whatever. I'm a lazy artist, like I said. So I'm gonna bring in her hips just a little bit more. And I think that her belly button is a little bit too low, but not too much. Right here, I just put in like a subtle line of where her, I don't know, like her pelvis muscles or whatever, right in here. I don't know the terms. When you go to art school and stuff, and people are bothering you about like instructors and crap or whatever, that you need to learn all the names of the muscles and all that crap. You don't need to learn that shit. It's like, are you serious? Like, learning the names of anything is not going to help you draw. Learning shapes is going to help you draw. Learning muscles is going to help you draw. You don't need to know the names of them. That's retarded. That's for doctors and shit like that to figure out. So, you know, I'm pretty done here. One of my things is, especially with just a sketch of Zombie Tramp, because of my hips and all that, if you can see now, there's no room for her arm, so I always just kind of put it right behind her her hips. If you put it in front, it's gonna look like she's lurching forward, kind of like, you know, I don't know. I think this is turning out okay. I'm always tweaking shit. Sometimes I can't let a drawing go. Like, I just finished this commission for that, I forget his name already. He wanted that Aztec chick, and it was just supposed to be a line drawing, and I got carried away, and I inked it and shaded it and put it in Photoshop and put all this grayscale crap in it. Arms. My arms haven't really changed too much since high school. They've gotten a little bit less buffer, but more simple. But it's a combination of maybe Bruce Timm Batman animated series and Jim Lee together. I used to be a big fan of Jim Lee, drawing how he drew women and how he drew muscles, you know, and it's been simplified, you know, as the years gone on. I've made it simpler and simpler and simpler so I could draw faster, you know. Once again, lazy drawer, lazy artist. So, you know, if you look at Jim Lee stuff, he does the same thing. He pops it out, and also with the Batman animated series and all that stuff, they'll do a straight line from armpit all the way down, like straight line all the way down to the wrist, and then they'll come in here, and then they do this strange little pop out for the forearm, come straight back in with the wrist. It's cool. It's easy. So thanks, Bruce Timm. So this is looking pretty cool. Undo the hand. You're not going to see much of this hand, so I'm not going to really talk about it since it's hidden behind a little. But it's really important to learn fingers and toes and all that. I've had teachers tell me your homework is to go draw 50 hands and 50 feet, you know, and you have to have it done by tomorrow. Alright, so it's good to know those things. If you look at a lot of comic book artists out there, they cannot draw good hands and good feet. They half-ass it, and my fingers and toes aren't the best, but you know, I take pride that I can actually draw them. When I was around in 1994 or something like that, before San Diego Comic-Con got really big, you can actually walk over there the day it started and wait in line and get a ticket and all that. And I went, and I waited in line and had a portfolio and wanted companies to look at my stuff. And at the time, I liked, you know, I drew straight anime at that time, when I strayed away from American style, and I had this whole portfolio of anime stuff, and I was really into Antarctic Press, because Antarctic Press was an American company that drew anime, drew manga or manga, whatever you want to call it. I just say anime. So I waited in line for like an hour to see them. I go and see them, and the guy that draws Gold Digger, I forget his name, he was there. He was cool as fuck. And then the editor-in-chief or some guy like that was there. And they're looking at my stuff, and as soon as they open the pages, the guy that does Gold Digger, he's like, that is awesome. I like it. It's really cool. And then the editor-in-chief, it goes, no, I don't like your fingers. And I'm like, what do you mean? He's, I don't like them. They look all rubbery. I was like, alright. So, didn't work for Antarctic Press because they didn't like my rubbery looking fingers. So, I ended up learning to draw better fingers. You know, but if you've seen a lot of the artists that Antarctic Press hires these days, it's not the best, so whatever. Back here is just her hair. Her hair goes down to the middle of her back. There's no rule to it. I just put maybe a couple little divots or whatever. I don't draw hoo-ha's or whatever. I don't do that. So that's what you're gonna get. She's nude. I'm not gonna go there and draw all that shit. Nipples are not perfectly round. They may seem like it at times, but I don't really do that. I just kind of making a couple hexes, and then like just a hint. I find that if you over do the nipples, like you're like making them all like a thick ass line and all that stuff, it's just gonna look overdone. Nipples are soft and subtle, and I love Eric Larson, but his nipples are ridiculous. Like he'll draw like girls wearing like t-shirts with full-on rendered nipples and all that stuff, and you're like, come on dude, are you serious? Like that looks ridiculous, and you know that looks ridiculous, but whatever. He's Eric Larson. I wish I was Eric Larson sometimes. You know, he just said, hey, I'm gonna draw this Savage Dragon, and everybody laughed at him. But what is he doing now? Drawing Savage Dragon for I don't know how many years. Drawing Savage Dragon, ridiculous. Savage Dragon's cool. The stories are just simple and Savage Dragon-ish, you know, just no thought process, not complicated, like full-on, like I'm a novelist stories. It's just fun. That's what I like to do with Zombie Tramp. Zombie Tramp is just a fun story. She's a ex-prostitute, you know, and she had a horrible life. Her life did not get any better. No matter how much she lied to herself, her life, you know, was shitty. You know, she's been used her whole life and abused. She didn't realize any of this until she woke up and she was dead. But now that she's dead, she's starting over and trying to make a better life for herself. So here we go, we're done. Now the thing with Zombie Tramp, she has a couple distinctive things right now. In the new book, she has a white streak through her hair. I'm not going to draw it here. It's not going to be something that's going to be around for a while. It's only going to be for maybe a book. At the end of the other book, if you didn't buy it, then you know that's your problem. But she gets her head blown off, like right here. It's a huge hole in her head, and Zula, she ate Zula's soul, and so Zula's soul took over her body and helped her exact her revenge, with the hole in her head and all that. And one day Zombie Tramp just wakes up and she's buried again, and she had this huge blonde streak in her hair. And that's, you know, I don't explain it or nothing, it's just her head's whole again. But right now that's what I'm doing. I've been doing this little, looks like a check mark, but it's just like a zigzag scar, kind of where her head got blown off. Zombie Tramp can fuse body parts on herself if she loses body parts. So that's what's up with the blonde hair. We don't know how it happened, but there was a, you know, she blacked out, but she woke up buried, got out of her grave, and she had a huge blonde streak, and her head was whole again. So, you know, you're just guessing that she just took a piece of some chick's blonde head and stuck it on hers, you know? Why not? I don't have to show you everything. You don't show superheroes taking craps on the toilet or anything, so. Just shading it in the hair, you know. Big time anime fan. I put that little shimmer crap right there. In high school, back to high school when I drew like American style, and everything was about Jim Lee, Will Spartaccio, all that stuff before Image Comics was just right when Image Comics was gonna hit. You know, there were huge influences, and then when I graduated high school, I was so much into anime. I just stopped doing that stuff, and I just started drawing anime style, straight anime style, and then after that, I kind of started going back to American, and it started mixing together, and that's how my style developed. There's a artist named Yukito Kishiro, created Battle Angel. He's a big influence, not for his girls or anything like that, for his how he does his panels and how he does motion and all that stuff. If you want to look into him, he is awesome when it comes to action sequences and cool things like that. Let's see. Zombie Tramp has, no matter what she does, as in the new book that I'm doing, the scars that she got when she first died are never gonna leave. No matter what she does, she can replace this whole fucking arm, and no matter what, her initial bite mark that turned her into a zombie will always be there. So she's fucked on that. If she wants to have smooth skin, it's not gonna happen. Zombie Tramp is really vain. Even though she's dead, she cares about how she looks, so that probably bothers her a lot. Then maybe she shouldn't be so scantily clad. Maybe she should wear like t-shirts and shit so she can cover it up, but whatever. Zombie Tramp is Zombie Tramp. Here's how I fill in lips. I keep it kind of dark in the corners, fade it up a little bit on the top lip. Then when I hit the bottom, I kind of fade it out and then start making little curves like this. And then, I just leave a little slight whiteness right there, so you got a little bit of shine. And then people say, I'm gonna make these like little lines right here. People say, why do you make those lines? I don't know. They do it in manga books, so I do it too. I guess it's to create a plane of depth, like a plane of like that her face pops up this way and then it starts going down instead of straight down. I guess that's what that is creating that. So there you have it. That is Zombie Tramp. She always has a gash somewhere on her chest, and then if people can see her panties low enough, she always has one in her pelvis area too. And then her legs are just whatever, never huge gashes. And that is it. So there you have it, Trade Man. The drawing is done. I will now sign it for you. I will mail it to you. You are hooked up. I hope you enjoyed your video. I'm probably gonna also post it on YouTube, but I will email you a higher res of it so you could see how it turns out better than a YouTube video. So that's it. See you later.